What up, gang? Back in this thing, kicks and goose, you know what I mean? Hey, man, this episode today, I'm gonna be talking about the zombie apocalypse type shit, you know what I mean? Man, I'm a type of dude, like, everybody got their thing. Some people like superheroes, some people like the supervillains, some people like vampires, some people like werewolves, Twilight and all the other shit like that, or, whatever the case may be. I like my zombie movies. Oh, let me not forget to mention, some people like, other categories of horror genres, you know what I mean? I love my zombie movies, right? So, I watch zombie movies. I can watch them hoes back to back. Same one back to back. Same one next week that I watched last week. You know what I mean? So I don't watch yesterday, tomorrow, the next day type shit, you know what I mean? But, so, with me, I watch the movie so much to where I analyze it and everything like that, to where I'm like, man, how is it that everybody is oblivious to how to defeat the zombie apocalypse? Like when the first wave happened, you always see everybody just being oblivious to it, or just, oh my God, what are we supposed to do? Like, and it's always like that. So I'm like, damn. And we, entertainment, art imitates reality, right? So it's not like they're like babies and they don't know nothing. So I'm pretty sure in their reality, hypothetically speaking, they have zombie movies, right? Because they have cars, they have clothes, they have food, they have similar things that we do in our reality, right? And the creators of that reality are us in reality right here. You know what I mean? Like they wrote the script, not a shit like that. Not saying that God knows shit like that. But I'm just saying, like, they should have some kind of basic knowledge about, okay, when this happens, zombies, okay. But I started thinking, like, man, is it the reason why people act like that in the zombie movies? Is it because human nature, to where the humans are like, human nature to where, or I picked that animal in the road, but like human nature to where it's like, oh my God, to where you're just not hardened enough by like at the end, when you're really watching a zombie show, like The Walking Dead or whatever like that, like to where like they just get hardened over time, to where they're like, man, okay, well my relative turn to a zombie, fuck, I gotta kill him. But at the beginning, it's always the hesitation and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, damn, is it because they're not hardened to the reality yet, to where they're like, they go, okay, man, it's gonna be us or them, or me or that person, right? I'm like, okay, well that's probably a possibility. Now I start thinking like, man, what if how everything is like nothing's new under the sun? A lot of stuff we had in the past just recycles back around. So I'm like, man, what if it's one of those things to where they done pump the zombie culture up, to where I'm listening to zombie stories on YouTube now, to where, because like they aren't putting out quality zombie stuff, like zombie content, like movies and TV shows and shit like that. The only good TV show they had was I like Fear the Walking Dead, like how it started off. To me, how a zombie movie starts off, that lets you, like zombie content, TV show or movie, that lets you know if it's gonna be good or bad. Now, it could be, cause I ain't like that one zombie show that came out on HBO. It started good, but as it progressed on, I was like, alright, okay. I ain't like it to where, cause like it had too many agendas, too many like feminist agendas and the gay agenda and shit like that, and I'm just like, dawg, nigga ain't trying to see that shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, we know like that shit probably be around, like, it'll probably be some gay people or whatever like that, if a zombie apocalypse, when that shit happen, really, cause they're putting that shit out there for a reason. But when that shit happens, it'll be some gay people out there or some shit like that. But I ain't trying to see that shit, dog. Not on no TV show, bro. I ain't trying to see that shit, dog. Like, that shit ruins a TV show. But I get why they doing it. They doing that shit not for us, but for the younger generation and for the generation after. You know what I mean? Because shit, probably eventually, you know what I mean? We didn't think we'll see this many gay people around, and we didn't think that we'll see this many people, dudes rocking purses and shit like that, when Pimp C was around. But they're doing that for those generations. Over time, people keep ingesting this shit. Motherfuckers get week in, week overtime and shit like that. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? But basically, man, that was another thing to where I was like, well, is it to where like they're oversaturating the market to where they'll just stop making zombie movies, like zombie content, and then to where like they'll release the apocalypse or some shit like that, and then everybody's oblivious to what's going on, to where it's like a fresher generation. The older generation, like us right here, like right now, people that's been like here or whatever like that, and then seeing this zombie shit, like the zombie movies and content and shit like that, and will know what to do, and know just like the signs and shit like that, you'll just be like, oh, okay, we gotta do this. But the younger generation will be like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's going on. So is it like one of those things to where they're just gonna bring like a divide, like a generational gap where like how to defend yourself, how to survive and shit like that? It's just something I'm thinking about. That shit made me think. But another reason, and then another thing is you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. Fam, I just pulled up to a place where I'm finna get it in. I want you guys to get it in too. Be productive. Be productive. Be productive. But I'm finna go get it in, bro. I'm gonna hit y'all with a part 2. All right.